Hi everyone, this is Crafty Decoria. I hope you're all doing great and I hope that you're enjoying your December. Well, I'm really excited about sharing today's DIY. This is a centerpiece that I've been wanting to make for my kitchen table, and I meant to do it a little bit earlier on, but when I purchased the items for this, one of the items was misplaced, and so that stopped me from doing the project. Now, the item I'm talking about, I actually picked up at my local Dollar Haven, and it is the Rocking Santa Sleigh by Holiday Essentials. Now, Dollar Tree also carried these, but when I saw them, they had the smaller size, which is this one here. I happened to go to Dollar Tree because I had a dentist appointment, and this was one that I haven't been to in a long time. So when I went in there, I noticed that they had the larger Rocking Santa sleighs, but I didn't see the smaller ones. I was so excited. But in the meantime, I was looking for some other items because I really wanted to make the centerpiece just the same, even if I couldn't find another Santa's rocking sleigh, the large size. So I did find some more, and I picked up a few more. But I did come up with another idea if this isn't DIY that you enjoy and you would like to make for yourself. So what I came up with was I picked up this fridge soda can storage, and I figured that this looked very similar to a sleigh. Now, I will be using the gigantic craft sticks for this centerpiece, but you could take these and then take the alphabet blocks that Dollar Tree carries. Now, the blocks are the exact width of the gigantic craft sticks. So I would place two on, oh my goodness, sorry, I should have unwrapped it and just showed you. You just place two on there like that to make the ski at the bottom of the sleigh. And of course you would paint these. So if I was painting the ski on the bottom in a black, then I would paint the blocks black as well. And then of course I would paint this plastic storage, soda can storage, in a black or a red, and then just glue it on top. And I think that would work really nicely for a sleigh as well. But because I was fortunate enough to find another sleigh in the same size that I already had, I'm going to be using those. I also have 6 of the Dollar Tree standing wood reindeer, again by Holiday Essentials. I picked up one of these wooden boxes from Dollar Tree. I have 6 of these Dollar Tree decor pieces. Now you could get away with 4, but I figured 6 would give me a really good base and it would be very durable. If this turns out as nice as I think it will, then this is a piece that I hope to keep for a long time. And when I decorate in my house, I decorate for the season. So this piece will be staying up all winter long. I also have the Dollar Tree acrylic paint in white as well as black. I picked up the Silver Instant Shoe Shine in brown, and this is what I will be using to stain the wooden items. Again, I will be using the gigantic craft sticks just on the back of the decor pieces here to give it some more durability to the base, some more strength. And then I just have a pack of the silver wire LED lights just to lay alongside where the reindeer will be. I have an item that I'm going to put inside of the sleigh. It's not from Dollar Tree, but it's something I already had on hand and I think it'll look fine in there. But definitely that's where you can get so creative and decide to fill it with whatever you'd like. And us Dollar Tree lovers all know that Dollar Tree has a ton of items that you can think of putting inside of a sleigh. So without further ado, let's start making the centerpiece. I hope you enjoy. Here you can see that I've glued 3 of the decor pieces over here, and then on this side I've glued 3 of them together. I will be gluing them together with the E6000 glue, but before I do that, I'm going to cut the gigantic craft sticks in half like I've done here, and I'm just going to glue these with my hot glue just to give a little bit extra support in holding these decor pieces together. When gluing these together, you want to make sure that where these two are going to join, that it is very straight, because you don't want it uneven in the center. If it happens to overlap on the ends, that's okay. That's not going to be noticeable, but it will be noticeable if they're not even here in the center. And once I join them together, I will then place another gigantic craft stick to again give extra support in holding this base together. Point, I'm going to glue the wooden box to the sleigh. First I will do one side and then I will do the other side. For this I'm going to be using my E6000 glue as well, and the hot glue. And really that's always a good rule of thumb whenever you're gluing anything down with hot glue, because what I have found is with certain projects, if you have your decor piece or whatever it is that you've made by a heated source, then the hot glue can become softened, and then your pieces may come apart. I found that using the Gorilla Glue hot sticks has really helped, because I feel that they are much stronger than the regular glue sticks. But it's always a good idea, like I said, if it is a piece that you want to keep, just add a little bit of E6000 glue to it as well, and you're going to get a really strong bond. The next day and everything has dried really nice. I wish I would have thought about this last night, but it still should be okay. I decided that I'm going to glue another one of the decor pieces on the bottom of the base. And the reason for it is because I was thinking how when it is on my table, it's going to be sitting flush. So I wanted it to be lifted a bit, so when I want to remove the decor piece, it'll be easier for me to just take the ends and I'll be able to grab it much easier. So that is why I'm adding it. If this DIY is something that you would like to make for yourself, this of course is optional. I just thought it would work out better for me. So, but I thought I would include this little step anyway, in case that is something that you would like to do as well when making your own. This time around I'm going to add the E6000 glue, but then I'm going to add some hot glue so that it will adhere it to the piece right away, and then it will give the E6000 glue time to dry. I also went ahead and glued my wooden box to the sleigh, and once I start painting all of the deer, then I will go ahead and stain this as well with the brown polish, shoe polish. So everything will be painted in that except for the very bottom which these I will be painting black. Everything has been painted and stained, and I'm ready to put it all together. So what I'm going to do is I actually went ahead and placed everything where I wanted it to go, and then I put a little pencil mark so I know exactly where things need to be glued down. So first I'm going to glue the base of the reindeer where I want it. I will do it with E6000 glue and add a couple drops of the hot glue to hold it in place until it is fully dry. I also painted the base here in white because all of the separate decor pieces were in different shades of white, so I thought that way it looks all more one piece. And then here I have my sleigh, which I absolutely love how this turned out. And I also marked pretty much the center of the sleigh and added a little pencil mark so I know exactly where I want it to go. So there's only going to be a little bit of glue holding it, but hopefully it's enough to keep it in place. So let me go ahead and glue all of these onto the base so it can dry, and then I will have one more step, which I forgot to mention at the beginning. You will need jute twine for this. I wasn't going to show it at first because I was just going to leave it as it is and then put a little bit of decor on it, but I figured I'd go ahead and do it because I probably will end up doing it, and this way you can all see it as well. So let's get to gluing. My pieces are glued on to the base, and I'm loving how it's looking so far. So the last step before I show you the decor piece on my table, you are going to need jute twine. So first, with the deers, you're going to cut 3 equal pieces of jute twine, tie it at the top, braid it, and then tie it at the end so that you have something like this. This, you're going to put it around the deer's neck, and you're going to leave some space, a good amount of space, because I want to be able to take this off the deer should I decide to change this completely and do something else. But I do want the look of all the deer tied to the sleigh. So once I figure out where a good spot is for me to crisscross it, I'm just going to take a dab of hot glue and glue that in place. So I have a harness on each of the deer. I love them. I do need to go and cut off the ends though, just to make them a little bit shorter so that it's a cleaner look. But now I went ahead and I cut again 3 even lengths, only a little bit longer this time. And that's the thing with this project, I can't give you exact measurements because it's all going to depend where you are placing your deer. So all you have to do is just take your jute twine. If you have to measure from here to here, just go to here and cut off some extra. It's always better to have to cut a little bit off than make it too short and then throw the whole strand away. So what I did was I did the same thing, tied a double knot at both ends. I looped it around the front of the sleigh here, and then I glued it down. On the other end, so here's one that I haven't glued yet. I cut the tassel off completely, so the extra. I took my hot glue before I cut it off and I added glue just to secure the knot. Once it dried, I cut off the extra and now I have a little ball. And that I will be gluing underneath the harness of the deer. So here I've already glued it. It's underneath, so nicely tucked away. And that is how I joined the last 2 deer to the sleigh. Now for the other deer, all I did, just to not make it so thick, just a little bit more simpler, I cut just 1 strand of jute twine. And all I did was I tied a knot around the front of the harness. Again, I added some glue before cutting off that extra, and that's it. And then I did the same here on this side. So just 4 pieces of jute twine. If you want to make this project and you have 6 deer like me, 1 single strand pieces, and you just tie it at the front and at the back of the deer, and that's it. So let me go ahead and finish up the rest, and then I will put a little bit of decor inside this, some lights, and I'll show you what it looks like on my table. Okay guys, so here is my Dollar Tree centerpiece and I love it. So I just added a little tree to the inside of the sleigh. You definitely could pick up a Dollar Tree and put that in there. Also one of the holly berry wreaths that Dollar Tree sells, the ones for the candles, the LED candles, or a regular candle. And I just added some of those pine picks that I love from Dollar Tree, as well as this black wooded garland that has the jute twine at the end. I just laid that in the center. And then I added a strand of LED lights. Now the LED lights, other than on the tree, I picked up at my local Dollar Haven because for $1 more, it was a much longer strand and it worked out perfectly for this centerpiece. I was able to wrap it around each deer. So if you didn't want to do the jute twine the way that I did, really if you had a long enough LED light strand, you could just use that, wrap it around the deers as I've done, and that would look like they were all tied together just the same. But I do love the jute twine, and if I want to take it off, then I can. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't hook this one back on. Let me go ahead and do that. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So I do love the fact that if I want this on, I can have it on, and if not, I can take it off. If you wanted to, you could also add some little red velvet bows to the front of each deer. I think that would be super cute, just to add that pop of color in there. And I may look for some. I think I have some on hand. That way it would tie in with the red on this end. But wow, I love this. This is definitely a piece that I will be keeping and enjoying every year. Okay guys, well that will do it for this Dollar Tree DIY centerpiece. I hope that you enjoyed this. Remember, if you can't find the sleigh that I used, I did give an option at the beginning of the video to use some other items to make the sleigh. I think those items would have worked out really nice just the same. But I do love and am so happy that I was able to find the sleighs and have a beautiful wooden centerpiece. If you enjoyed this video, and I so hope you did, please give the video a thumbs up, share the video if you can. It will greatly help my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd absolutely love and appreciate it if you did. As always, guys, you take care of yourselves, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye for now.